It's so lovely to have you with us. Tell us your name and what subjects did you do at Sixth Form College?
Hi, I'm Simon. I was at Sixth Form College from 2011 and I studied music, modern history and psychology.
Fantastic. And then what did you do after Sixth Form College?
After Sixth Form College, I did my undergraduate in music. I actually did my undergraduate at the University of Leeds, and then I've gone on to do my master's degree at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama.
Amazing. And did you always know you wanted to do music? Did you play instruments and sing and things before you came to Sixth Form College? Tell us a little bit about how you decided to study music.
Well, I come from a very musical household. Both of my parents studied music at degree level. So from the age of I think I started violin lessons at the age of 5 or 6. And from then on, I've studied various instruments here and there. I've studied clarinet, saxophone, piano. And I came to Sixth Form College and I sort of decided to study music on a bit of a whim. I'd planned to study psychology, history, French, and biology, but I didn't have the grades for biology, so I actually decided to study music instead. And I've realised, A, I was very good at music, and B, I very much enjoyed doing music. That was more likely where I was going to make a career than anywhere else. So I kind of focused my studies that way. I joined the scholarship programs at the music department at college and sort of streamlined my way in from there.
Brilliant. And so then tell us about your first degree in Leeds. What was that degree like?
It was really, really good. What I really like about the degree programme at Leeds is that you have the option of making the degree what you want to make it. So
Brilliant.
The University of Leeds was the very first university in the UK to make performance compulsory for your first year of undergraduate. And that was because they believed that in order to make a well-rounded musician, you have to study all the elements that make a musician during your first year. And from there, if you don't like performance, you don't have to take it in your second year. But equally, if you do like it, then you can sort of use more of your credits through your degree to study performance. So I found it a really good degree for being able to style it as to what interests you about music most.
Fab. And what was your instrument?
Yeah, I'm a singer.
Fantastic. So you did your undergraduate degree at Leeds, and then how did you end up studying at the Royal Welsh College?
So during my time in Leeds, I very much focused on performance. They do a performance course at Leeds, which is it offers more performance credits than the normal academic course. You do a year abroad at a conservatoire in mainland Europe, and then you come back to do your final year at Leeds.
Brilliant.
But what I learned through that degree is my love for performing, and specifically I started performing with the Opera Society at Leeds, which is an opportunity which is great at universities that you don't necessarily get at conservatoire. So I really found that I had this love of performing opera, and I knew that if I wanted to go into a career I could perform opera, then I needed to get myself through conservatoire into opera school and get through a career that way.
And so you then applied, and tell us about the process of applying to the Royal Welsh College.
Applying to conservatoire is very, very different from applying to university. You know, conservatoires really aren't that interested in your academic grades. You know, they'll ask you, if you apply to undergrad, they'll ask you to achieve something like 3 Cs at undergrad at your sixth forms. So it's really all about the experience that you have performance-wise. When you're applying to undergrad, you know, you really want to show that you have taken time to become well-rounded, that you've sung in choirs, as well as getting a chance to sing solos and X, Y, Z. They want to see more than anything that you've got a plan of where you want your musical life to lead. You know, you don't have to have everything planned out perfectly, but they want to see that you've considered that I've sung in choirs, I've sung as a soloist, I've sung in this way, and actually this is what really interests me, and this is what I want to take time to nurture during my time at this college.
That is fantastic and so useful for students to know as well. But also, am I right in thinking that a lot of the conservatoires like you to be a little bit more mature in your vocal experience or the musical experience?
Yes, unfortunately, that's kind of the crux of being a singer, is that you are totally at the will of the maturity of your voice and how it develops in relation to the rest of your body. But the most important thing when applying for undergraduate as a singer is to just be aware of yourself, because I applied to conservatoires for undergraduate and I was a baritone with a lot of high notes that could sort of half match a tenor. And so I sang baritone arias and a tenor aria. And for conservatoires, for them, that just said, this person doesn't know what their voice is, so we can't work with them.
Yeah.
You need to be really sure in yourself of where you are
Yeah.
and what you can offer. And if you're aware of that, then that'll make it much more likely that conservatoires will be willing to take you.
That's really helpful. Thank you. And so now what do you do? So what stage are you at of your career?
So I am currently finishing up my master's degree at the Royal Welsh. I've got my final assignment impending, and then from September I'll be starting at opera school at the Royal Welsh College.
Wow, that's amazing. And what kind of things have you sung in while you've been through your degree? So tell us some wonderful pieces you've been in or sung solos for.
So in my undergraduate degree, I sang Figaro in The Marriage of Figaro with the Opera Society at Leeds.
Wow.
We did The Mikado by Gilbert and Sullivan, and I sang one of the lead roles for that.
Brilliant.
And then during my time at Royal Welsh, we did The Gondoliers by Gilbert and Sullivan last year, which I
My
sang the lead role for.
favourite.
Brilliant opera.
So
And
fun.
then this year we're doing Così fan tutte.
Oh, wow. How wonderful. Oh, well, this has been fantastic. If you had any final hints and tips for people who are in year 12, what would you recommend they think about?
I think given the way everything is at the moment, it can seem like a really scary time to be applying to university. But I would just say make sure that you know what you want to do and you're doing something that you know you're going to enjoy doing, because it's very easy to get talked into doing something that you might not want to do. Just make sure that you know what it is you want to do. Focus everything for the next year on getting to the university you want to get to.
That is so helpful. Thank you so much.